Welcome to the big quiz on Zoom. So we're doing this live on Zoom on a Monday morning, but we're also recording it. So we're going to put it on YouTube. So wherever you're watching, welcome. You'll need a pen and paper to write down your answers. We've got 3 rounds of 10 questions. And after each round, we'll go through the answers and then we'll find out who the winner is. So,
all right.
Yeah. So you go first?
Okay. All right. I'm going to start. We're kicking off with a few literature questions this morning. Question 1. Which Australian author composed Waltzing Matilda? Was it A, Thomas Keneally, B, Clive Palmer, or C, Banjo Paterson? So you can write down A, B, or C. Which Australian author composed Waltzing Matilda? Question 2. The Stella Prize, S-T-E-L-L-A, the Stella Prize, a major literary award celebrating Australian women's writing, was created in 2012. It was named for which Australian author? Was it A, Miles Franklin, B, Helen Garner, or C, Di Morrissey? Question 3. Children's author Enid Blyton wrote prolifically between 1924 and 1965. During that period, how many hundred books did she write? A, more than 200, B, more than 400, or C, more than 600? What's your answer about Enid Blyton? A, B, or C? And now we're moving on to Australian author Tim Winton for question 4. Tim Winton lives in which Australian state? A, Queensland, B, South Australia, or C, Western Australia?
And I feel like we can't actually go to any of those states right now.
No, wherever Tim is, he's on the other side of a border.
So a lot of his stories reflect the landscapes of this state.
Yes, they do. Now, question 5, you're going to have to channel your inner Harry Potter. How many books are in the original Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling? Is it A, 5 books, B, 7 books, or C, 8 books? Bit of multiple guess there. If you don't know the answer, always have a guess. Question 6. Who is the best-selling Australian author who has written over 300? What a whoopsie. He has written a lot, but not 300. Who is the best-selling Australian author who has written over 30 historical novels and lives in Maclean?
Which is in the Clarence Valley.
Now, that's just a straight-up answer there. If you know the name, great. Otherwise, leave a blank or have a guess, and we're going to go on to question 7. Who is the author of Sense and Sensibility? Is it A, Emily Bronte, B, Charlotte Bronte, or C, Jane Austen? A, B, or C? Now, question 8. What number is missing from this book title in the Lord of the Rings series by J.R. Tolkien? The Something Towers. Is it A, the 4 Towers, B, the 5 Towers, or C, the 2 Towers? A, B, or C? Now, question 9. What book begins with this opening line? It was a bright, cold day in April, and the clocks were striking 13. Was it A, Dr. Zhivago, B, 2001: A Space Odyssey, or C, 1984? Again, if you don't know, just write something down. Question 10. Now, this is my lucky last here for you. What is the nationality of the author Anita Heist? Is Anita A, Canadian, B, French, or C, Australian? So there's some 10 literary questions for you.
How did you go? Let's go through the answers.
Alrighty.
So question 1, Which Australian author composed Waltzing Matilda? Who was it?
It was C. It was Banjo Paterson. A.B. Banjo Paterson.
Question 2, the Stella Prize was named for which Australian author?
It was Miles Franklin, otherwise known also as Stella Maria Sarah Miles Franklin. There's a good name for you.
And how many books has Enid Blyton written?
More than 600.
More than 600.
Yes, so the answer is C, more than 600.
Did you read Enid Blyton?
I did. Yeah.
My kids are reading now.
I always like the Secret Seven, actually.
Okay, we're in the Enchanted.
Oh, I love those too.
Okay, question 4. Tim Winton lives in WA.
WA, that's right.
Okay, question 5. How many books are in the original Harry Potter series?
The answer was B. There were 7. There are 7 in that series. I could read them out to you, but that would probably take a little bit long. But if you haven't read them, look them up. They're a great read.
And they get thicker with every
That's true.
every book. Who is the best-selling Australian author who has written over 30 historical novels, lives in Maclean, and is a big active member of the RFS? Peter Watt. Have you read any Peter Watt books?
I have not read Peter Watt books, but I tell you, they are on constantly revolving.
They're very popular.
Yeah, they're very popular in our libraries.
Yeah, historical fiction. Who is the author of Sense and Sensibility? It is, of course, C. Jane Austen.
Great name, that.
Yeah, Jane. Just got it. Okay, what number is missing from this book title in the Lord of the Rings series? It is the 2 Towers, so the answer is C. And what book begins with this opening line? It was a bright, cold day in April and the clocks were striking 13.
Dun, dun, dun. 1984. So the answer is C.
C. And the final one, what nationality is Anita Heist? Anita is Australian. She is a best-selling Australian author, lifetime ambassador of the Indigenous Literacy Foundation, and a proud member of the Wiradjuri Nation of Central New South Wales.
And this week is Indigenous Literacy Day on Wednesday, the 2nd of September. So a good question and a great way to support Indigenous literacy.
Yeah. Okay, now we're moving into general knowledge questions. So question 1, are you ready? Does everyone just need to, have a little stretch? Have a quick sip, wet the whistle. We're moving on to general knowledge.
Train into gear.
Question 1, how many species of native bees do we have in Australia? A, more than 700, B, more than 1,700, C, more than 2,700. Wow, how many species? A, B, C. Question 2, which famous dessert was named after Australian opera singer Dame Nellie Melba? A, peach Melba, B, apricot Melba, or C, strawberry Melba? They all sound...
Yes, I'd like any one of them right now.
Okay, you go. You have a turn.
Oh, okay. Question 3, what type of tree is the largest in the world? A, a white fig, B, redwood, C, mountain ash.
I'm not sure.
Have another go.
Okay, which sea is bordered by Ukraine, Russia, Georgia, Turkey, Bulgaria, and Romania? Is it A, the Red Sea, B, the Black Sea, C, the Caspian Sea? So A, the Red Sea, B, the Black Sea, C, the Caspian Sea. Question 5. Do you want to do this one, I think? This is one of yours.
Oh, yeah. What is the name of the comic strip drawn and authored by Charles Schulz, featuring a cast of children led by Charlie Brown? Is it called A, Snoopy, B, Peanuts, or C, Charlie?
Okay, question 6. So we're halfway. What anti-rational artistic movement. This sounds like your question.
Yeah,
You
this
read
is one of mine. All right.
This has got Jane written all over it.
I put these questions together using Britannica, an e-resource on our library. So it was really interesting to see what popped out and what did and didn't. So it's like a giant encyclopedia online that you can access via our library website. So yeah, I got some really random things that I drew out from there. And here's one. Question 6. What anti-rational artistic movement grew out of Dadaism and flourished in Europe between World Wars I and II? So we're looking for an artistic movement, and you can choose from the following. A, Impressionism, B, Expressionism, or C, Surrealism. There's a lot of isms.
I think I'd be taking a guess there, but I'd like to learn more. Okay. Question 7. The dodo, a now extinct flightless bird, was native to which island? A, Mauritius, B, Sri Lanka, C, Tasmania. So the dodo was native to which of those islands?
Well, here's a question. I really didn't know the answer to this one, and I'm sure that other people out there will definitely know. How many players are needed to make up a cricket team? A, do you need 10, B, 8, or C, 11?
I feel like that would be really obvious for some people.
Yeah, it would.
That's probably an easy answer for some, but for others. Okay, what about this one? Moving into a little bit of science territory.
You can find anything on Britannica.
Question 9. What is the chemical symbol for gold? Is it A, G, B, AU, or C, A?
I know, as I was writing that, I thought...
such a good multiple choice answer.
No. Well, we could do it in sign language, couldn't we? We could do G.
G, that's A.
Or A. Terrible. AU.
That's B.
Yeah. Or A.
That's C. I don't know. Just put A, B, or C down there unless you followed those instructions. And the last one, question 10. How many species of elephant are there in the world? A, 2, B, 3, or C, 1? So how many species of elephant are there? 2, 3, or 1? Okay. We'll give you a few seconds to just quickly go through and...
On the clock.
Yeah, on the clock. I did have a buzzer lined up. Okay, well done. Well done.
Woo!
Okay. Now we're going to go through and do those answers. So if you didn't do so well in the first round, hopefully you can pull a few more points in this round. So question 1, how many species of native bee are there? There are
more than 1,700. 1,700 species of native bees. So that was answer B.
So question 1 was answer B. Question 2, which famous dessert was named after Australian opera singer Dame Nellie Melba? The answer was...
Peach Melba.
That's A. So question 2 was A. Question 3, what type of tree is the largest in the world? It is the...
redwood, or Sequoia sempervirens.
Yes. And that is A. So question 3 is A. Question 4, which sea is bordered by the Ukraine, Russia, Georgia, Turkey, Bulgaria, and Romania? The answer is A.
No, the answer is B, the Black Sea.
The answer is B for question 4, so B, the Black Sea. Question 5, what's the name of the comic strip drawn by Charles Schulz featuring Charlie Brown? It is...
Peanuts.
It's B. So question 5, the answer is B, Peanuts. Question 6.
Get your isms on.
The answer in question 6 was surrealism. C. Did you get that one? Hope so. Question 7.
The dodo was native to Mauritius. Answer A. So Mauritius, an island in the Indian Ocean. And question 8, how many players do you need to make up a cricket team? Well, the answer is 11. So if you had C, you are correct. It's 11.
Question 9. What's the chemical symbol for gold? It is BAU. So AU. Let's answer B. And the final question in round 2, question 10. How many species of elephant are there in the world? Jane?
There are 3. The African savanna elephant, the African forest elephant, and the Asian elephant.
So that's B for question 10. The answer is B. So I think you should go through, see how you're going, count up where you're up to. So there's been 20 questions. And how are you going? Hopefully.
You get a point for each one you got correct.
That's the buzzer. Did you hear it?
To play it again.
Okay, moving on to round 3.
Okay.
News and current affairs, my favourite.
Now, these are Erin's questions, so they'll be top notch.
I'm not sure about this. Okay, question 1. This is a true or false. Coal is still the fastest growing energy source in the world. True or false? Is it the fastest growing energy source? Question 2. What was the name of the city in China where coronavirus first originated? A, Wu-Wu, B, Wuhan, C, Wu-Tang.
You're shocking. Great.
Okay, question 3. Who is the federal member of parliament for the New England electorate? So that's just up in the hills up there.
Up the range.
Is it A, Mark McGowan, B, Barnaby Joyce, or C, Colin Barnett? New England MP was on the radio this morning. Okay, question 4. Last month, a Perth man walked 60 kilometres over 2 days, drinking from puddles along the way after his car got bogged in a WA national park. When he finally got to safety in Esperance, what was the first place he went to? So he'd been lost, walked 60 k's over 2 days, drinking from puddles. The first place he went to was A, the hospital, B, the local pub for a steak, C, to his mate's place for a beer, or D, to pick up his dog.
Okay.
Question 5. What major tennis tournament starts this week? Is it A, the US Open, B, the French Open, or C, the Beijing Open? So which tennis tournament starts this week? The US Open, B, the French Open, C, the Beijing Open. Question 6. This follows on from the tennis question. Which tennis star has not pulled out of the US Open? So they will be playing. Is it A, Ash Barty, B, Serena Williams, C, Roger Federer, or D, Rafael Nadal? So who will be playing? Only one of them is going to be playing. Question 7. A PCYC opened in the Clarence Valley last week. It opened in Grafton. What does PCYC stand for? So there's no multiple choice for that. Just take a guess of what PCYC stands for. Question 8. What's the name of the federal government's payment supplement to keep Australians in jobs and support businesses affected by the significant economic impact of the coronavirus? Is it A, Job Keeper, B, Job Seeker, or C, Job Saver? So we're after the payment supplement to keep Australians in jobs and to support businesses. A, Job Keeper, B, Job Seeker, C, Job Saver. Question 9. Who is going up against Donald Trump in the US elections? Is it A, Bernie Sanders, B, Joe Sanders, or C, Joe Biden? Who's going up against Trump? Bernie Sanders, B, Joe Sanders, C, Joe Biden. And question 10, the last question in our big quiz. A luxury yacht crewed by its multi-millionaire owner and friends left Melbourne's lockdown about 2 weeks ago heading to Queensland. It stopped along the New South Wales coast including Yamba, and I think maybe Coffs Harbour.
Yes,
I'm not
I
sure.
did hear
Don't
that.
quote me on that. What was the name of the yacht? Was it A, the Lady Pamela, B, the Lady Anna, C, the Lady Victoria, or D, the Lady of Luck?
Or perhaps not in their case.
No. So A, Lady Pamela, B, Lady Anna, C, Lady Victoria, D, Lady of Luck. Okay, hold on a minute.
Ooh.
I think we need the buzzer. And that's the end of that round.
All right.
Pens down, please. Okay. Going to take us through the answers.
All right. Well, I've got to find them now. Where are we? All right. Where are we? I'm so confused. Okay. Oh, here we go. True or false? Coal is still the fastest growing energy source in the world. If you had false, you got that one correct. According to the International Energy Agency, or the IEA, demand for coal fell in 2019 and is expected to fall a further 8% this year in 2020.
I think we've got Harry's just arrived.
Erin and Jane, Harry's just joined you. Can you
I'm just letting him in.
to the meeting, please?
Yeah. Hi, Harry. We're just at the end of our quiz, Harry, but it's good that you've joined us here. So we're just going through our answers. So question 2, what was the name of the city in China where coronavirus first originated?
It wasn't Wu-Tang. That was a very good false lead there, Erin, but it was actually Wuhan City in China. So if you had B, you are correct.
And that was first reported in December 2019. And wow, we had no idea of the implications then, did we?
Nope.
Question 3, who's the federal member of parliament for the New England Electorate? It is, of course, B, Barnaby Joyce.
Barnaby Joyce, since 2013.
I feel like he's making a comeback.
Oh, okay.
Look out.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Okay.
a big call there from Erin.
Question 4, this man who walked over 60 Ks in 2 days drinking from puddles, his car got bogged. When he finally got to safety, the first place he went to was
B.
B.
To
the local pub for a
steak.
So Lachlan, he's 23, was travelling alone. His Jeep got stuck in a mud. He walked 60 Ks. He was dropped off in town. He went straight to the local pub for a steak. Quote from him, "I probably smelt pretty shocking, so sorry if that put anyone off." After that, he did go to the hospital because his mum insisted. So the answer was B, to the local pub for a steak.
Question 5, what major tennis tournament starts this week? If you had A, the US Open, you were 100% correct.
That's right, it's just starting. And question 6, who has not pulled out of the US Open? That is Serena Williams. So Ash Barty, Roger Federer and Nadal aren't going to be there, but B, Serena Williams will be there, and she's searching for her record equaling 24th singles Grand Slam title.
All right, so a PCYC opened in the Clarence Valley last week. What does PCYC stand for? Police Citizens Youth Club.
Hopefully you got that one. Okay, question 8. The federal government's payment supplement to keep Australians in jobs is, of course, A, JobKeeper.
Yes, the JobKeeper to keep your job.
So question 8 is A, JobKeeper.
Who is going up against Donald Trump in the US elections? The answer is C, Joe Biden. So voters will have to choose between Donald Trump and Joe Biden in the upcoming election in December 2020.
That was question 9, the answer was C. So the final question, question 10, what was the name of this yacht that travelled from Melbourne up to Queensland last week? The name of the yacht was, of course, A, the Lady Pamela, and the crew are now in quarantine in Queensland and could face criminal charges for stopping in at other places. So that was question 10, was A. So
Play it again.
I've lost a clap. Well done. That was great. So we would love to know how you went. If you want to send us an email or call your local library and tell us what your score was, that'd be great. We'd love to know.
And if you think our questions are terrible, by all means, send in some extra ones. Go on to Britannica or go online and have a look for some quiz questions, and we might run another one.
Yeah, and if you want to see more quizzes, maybe make a comment. Make a comment in the comment section below. That'd be great. Or send us a message. So thanks so much for joining the big quiz. Next week, when we get social on Zoom, we're going to be talking about gardening. And we've got a gardening expert coming in from council. They're going to give us some tips, but we've also got lots of ways that you can enjoy gardening and add to your knowledge with online apps and things like that. So we look forward to seeing you next week.
Bye.
See you later. Thanks.